Today, we're diving into something called biophilic design. Now, what is that? Well, it's this really powerful idea about redesigning our indoor lives to reconnect with the natural world that, we actually evolved to live in. So let's get into it.
Let me ask you something. Do you ever feel kind of stressed, maybe a little disconnected, even in your own home? If you live in a city, I bet the answer is yes. And that constant, low-key hum of stress you might be feeling, well, it turns out your environment itself could be the real problem.
And this number is the key to understanding why. 90%. I mean, that's a genuinely staggering statistic, right? But what does it actually mean for us day to day?
It means we spend a shocking 90% of our lives indoors. And this disconnect from nature, it isn't just a missed photo op. It has real, documented consequences. We're talking about more stress, mental burnout, and even a literal dulling of our senses. But what if there's a way to design our way out of it?
This is where the biophilia effect comes into play. And I want to be clear, this is so much more than just sticking a few cacti on your desk. There's real, fascinating science behind our deep biological craving for nature.
So, at the very heart of this is the biophilia hypothesis. It was made famous by the biologist E.O. Wilson, and he argued that we are basically hardwired by thousands and thousands of years of evolution to seek out connections with nature. It's not just something we like, he believed it's literally written in our DNA.
And check this out. It perfectly explains a concept called attention restoration theory. Just think about it for a second. Our cities, with all the constant noise and sharp angles, they drain our focus. But natural environments, they offer what scientists call soft fascination. The gentle rustling of leaves, clouds moving across the sky. These things effortlessly capture our attention, and that allows our minds to finally rest and recharge.
And the benefits? They are incredibly measurable. We're not just talking about vague, good feelings here. Clinical studies show that bringing these natural elements inside can lead to a 37% drop in anxiety and an incredible 58% decrease in depression. Oh, and it also lowers the levels of cortisol, which is the body's main stress hormone.
Okay, so the science is solid, right? But how do we actually do it? How do we apply all this? Well, luckily, there's a pretty simple framework that boils all this research down into practical design rules you can actually use. Now, here's the key thing to remember. While there are actually 14 detailed patterns of biophilic design, they all fall into 3 simple categories. First, nature in the space. That's the direct stuff, actual plants, water, sunlight. Then there's natural analogs, which is indirect. Think wood grain, stone textures, botanical prints. And finally, nature of the space, which is all about how you lay things out to create those feelings of safety and openness.
All right, now for the fun part, your toolkit. We're going to focus on mastering the 3 pillars of any thriving biophilic home: light, plants, and space.
Okay, listen up. Before you even think about buying a single plant, you have to understand the light in your space. I'm serious. It is the absolute, non-negotiable foundation. Without the right light, your beautiful biophilic design is literally going to wilt and die.
And this right here, this is your cheat sheet. South-facing windows, they give you that intense, direct sun, perfect for sun lovers like cacti and succulents. West-facing windows get that really hot afternoon sun. East-facing windows get that gentle morning light, which is amazing for leafy plants like monsteras. And north-facing windows, they give you consistent low light, which is ideal for shade lovers like snake plants and ferns. It's really that simple. Know your light, know your plant.
So once you've got your light figured out, it's time to choose your plants. And the key here is to start thinking of them not just as decorations, but as living tools that can actually perform specific jobs in your home.
Let's break it down by room, shall we? A big, dramatic, fiddly fig in a bright living room? That creates an amazing focal point. A snake plant in your home office can actually help you focus. In the bathroom, humidity-loving ferns soften up all those hard tile surfaces. And in the bedroom, a peace lily can help create a real sense of calm. See, every plant has a purpose.
And finally, we have styling. Look, a truly biophilic space goes way, way beyond just lining up a few pots on a windowsill. The real goal here is to create immersive green zones that make you feel genuinely surrounded and enveloped by nature.
And one of the single most effective ways to do this is to create what's called a nature nook. This is not just a corner with a plant in it. This is a dedicated space, a personal restoration zone that is specifically engineered for you to decompress and mentally recharge.
So what do you need? Here are the essentials. First, start with some really comfortable seating, ideally made from natural materials. Then, you're going to use plants to create a feeling of enclosure, kind of like a little hideaway. Finally, you layer in all those great natural textures, wood, stone, linen, to create a rich, multisensory experience.
And when you put all of these pieces together, something really profound starts to happen. Your home stops being just a passive shelter, and it becomes an active partner in your health and well-being.
This quote just perfectly captures the whole idea. You're not just decorating a room, you are cultivating a living ecosystem that is designed from the ground up to support and restore you, both mentally and physically.
So the real takeaway here is to just look at your space differently. It's not just about what looks good anymore, but what feels good to your biology. The question isn't if you should bring nature inside, it's just how are you going to start?